Good morning, beautiful people. Alright, I haven't been on here for a couple of days because I've been feeling like a bag of smashed assholes. I do not feel good. I haven't felt good for a few days. Today's Tuesday, Monday, Sunday. When I woke up on Saturday morning, I had this like a tickle. It wasn't even a tickle, it was a scratchiness in the back of my throat. And I was like, oh no, my sinuses. And I went like all day just feeling like shit. I took 2 Tylenol that morning, and then I got to work, and was that Saturday? Oh no, Saturday I just walked around like just feeling like ass all day long. And I started blowing my nose at some point after lunch, and I had a nosebleed happen. Like, I just knew something was up with my sinuses. Sunday morning, sometime between 3 and 6 in the morning, I started to have a fever, and that fever broke like around 6. And I got up and I took some Tylenol and I got ready for work, and I went to work and I took some Advil, and I started to feel better, but I just had all of this congestion in my chest that started to come up. And then yesterday I'm feeling better, but I've been blowing my nose like crazy, so I've been avoiding the camera because I'm either sneezing, coughing, or blowing my nose, and nobody wants to see that. But I have a very important message today. I've been scrolling a lot for the last couple of days between Facebook and TikTok. I don't really spend a whole lot of time on YouTube anymore, but unless it's dog training videos, or I'm currently listening to The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Because we had a pretty cool conversation on Thursday, Thanksgiving, me and my stepdad, about that book, and I actually had never read it, so I don't have a whole lot of, I'm gonna finish the book today through reading it, but when I'm at work, I have to listen, and it helps me to kind of maintain equilibrium when I do audiobooks at work. So anyway, good morning. Today's a 5-day. And the message that I have this morning is, we came here to break the fucking rules. This morning's message from the devotional comes from the book of Luke, chapter 13, verse 15. It says, "You hypocrites, each of you works on the Sabbath day. Don't you untie your ox or donkey from its stall on the Sabbath and lead it to water?" This was right after Jesus called out the spirit of infirmity from the woman who had been crippled for 18 years. He was teaching in the temple, he was giving a lesson in the temple, and she came up to him and was all bent over and needed healing, and he stopped what he was doing and he went and he healed her, and he called out the spirit of infirmity. And then the priests, the Pharisees and the Sadducees, they came to Jesus and they were like, "The hell are you doing? It's the Sabbath. We don't do healing work on the Sabbath." And he was like, "You fucking hypocrites." We came to break the rules. Jesus came to break the rules. Jesus was not this meek, sweet, quiet, effeminate male that the church would like us to believe that he was. Jesus was a rebel. He was a rule breaker, and he was a revolutionary. I actually have a story about that because I've been living through this energy for the last couple of days. Okay, so the first card on the table, I pulled from Soul Lessons. This is the deck that I've had for like 20 years. And the first card we get is Correct Your Mistakes. This is card number 37. 37 reduces to 10. 10 reduces to 1. It's a new beginning. It's the closing of one door and the opening of another. Today is also a mirror day, and you'll see why in a minute. It's a 5-day. Out of chaos comes order. Okay, so correct your mistakes. Be open and fully accountable for your behavior toward everyone. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you, right? The golden rule. This card's asking you to quickly, well, it's not asking you, it's telling you to quickly admit your errors and seek to correct them without causing further harm. Apologize, ask for forgiveness, and make amends. Remember, though, that forgiveness is not for everybody else. Forgiveness is for you. So really what you need to be doing is asking yourself for forgiveness, making amends with yourself for forgiveness, and holding yourself accountable. Yep, I did that. The only thing I can do now is move forward with it. I don't ever say I'm sorry anymore, because I'm so in my authentic energy that when the stuff that comes out of my mouth, even though it could sound hard or harsh, even if I say fucked up stuff, like, I don't apologize for it anymore. Like, I'm not gonna say I'm sorry. It's people pleasing. I'm not doing it. Okay, the next card that we have is Speak Up. This is card number 45, which reduces to 9. This is endings. Be authentic in your communication by first reconciling conflicts between your head and your heart. Take responsibility for your emotions and heed what they're trying to convey, rather than stuffing them with intellectual control. Pay attention to the new feelings that provide valuable insight and direct, open communication. Be wary of the old feelings that cause defensive patterns that cut off communication. Stop the battle between your head and your heart and allow your ego and spirit to be friends. We're balancing shadow here. Share your objections, but don't water down your feelings. Last night, when I picked Adam up from work, he made me drive over to some guy's house to go look at a Ford Ranger. The only thing that's wrong with it is it needs a fuel pump. You guys know the story. The Mercury Mariner, engine blown up. Leaking oil, power steering pump messed up, the front end totally foobar. He paid $600 for the Mariner. The Ford Explorer, the oil pan gasket was leaking like 2 quarts of oil a day. Actually, it got so bad it was leaking like 2 quarts of oil just on a 15-minute ride to work. He was putting like 10 quarts in it every fucking 2 days. It was crazy. Engine blew up. He bought it like that. He only paid $400 for it. Now he's looking at a $500 Ford Ranger that needs a freaking fuel pump. My exact words to him were, because he said, well, the reason, okay, so my car is a 5-speed. I love my car. It's fun to drive. It's just why I was so stressed out last year that I didn't have it. I wanted my car. Anyway, he was like, oh, well, the reason why I really want to go look at it is because it's a 5-speed. Okay. But you're making emotional decisions. You're not making rational decisions. You're making decisions based on feelings, and that always leads to trouble. Because your feelings are based on your experience. So the Speak Up card, share your objections but don't water down your feelings. Well, I thoroughly object the Ford Ranger needing a fuel pump and you buying it. You're 60 years old and you need to have something that you can drive reliably, that you don't have to put money into right away. I digress. Okay, last card from this deck. Work with devotion. This is card number 46. 46 reduces to 10, and 10 reduces to 1, and we have a mirror. 1, 9, 1. New beginnings, endings, new beginnings. This is integration of the self. Work with devotion. This is the underlying energy. This is the card that says that you're you're in the world, but you're not of it. 12:11 on the clock. Express your spirit fully, because nothing is inherently good or bad. Only your thoughts make it so. Alright, moving on. I went to the Energy Oracle next, and I was like, give me a couple cards for the collective, and Spirit gave me the Thinking Man. It's also card number 46. So right away, we have 37, 45, 46, 46. Okay, so we're already like, we're working in a move forward, go backward. We're like moving on the timeline like this. The Thinking Man. Fucking horrible glare. Okay. 46 reduces to 1. This is masculine wisdom and understanding. This card says, learn what you can. A new discipline, technique, course of study, or healing practice. This could change your life forever. The affirmation on the card says, I'm willing to learn new things. It's safe and comfortable for me to open up and share. Speak up. The next card was strategy. This is card number 21. It's a 3 card. Three is about spiritual protection. 3 is also all the comms, community, communication, creativity, strategy. This is the making a plan card. Write about the direction you want to go in. Consider any potential change in course that may be needed. Be aware of the particulars regarding your goals. Spend some time setting things in order. Add thought to action. Out of chaos comes order. be aware of the emotions that are fueling your decision making. The last card, the underlying energy. And this is the card that really got me like, we didn't come here to play the game. We came to break the fucking rules. Healer of the Ages. It's card number 51, which reduces to 6, and 6 is about balance. This is the health and vitality card, and I immediately thought of Yeshua, Christ. And it's the underlying energy. And when I say underlying energy, this is the subconscious current beneath the situation. It's the thing that's driving everything under the surface. It's the driver of the chariot. The chariot, Ezekiel's wheel. This is the force of ancient wisdom and profound healing, the light of divine consciousness that pours out, flowing with love and healing intention, helping unblock stuck energy and bring back life force. I was sitting here and I was like, Jesus, what is the full message with all 6 of these cards together? And then I was like, I need 2 more cards. So I went to the Wild Unknown Archetype. And I was like, what's up? What's up? I shuffled and I got the Shaman. This is card number 16. It's a 7 card. And at the bottom of the deck, the Mask. Card number 61. It's also 7. But we've got a mirror again. Here, this way. 16, 61. 7, 7. It's a mirror. So the shaman is the one who walks between worlds, just like Jesus did. Just like the collective that I'm talking to. Step outside of ordinary rules, or I'm sorry, the shaman, they step outside of ordinary rules. They break language barriers. They step outside of the consciousness rules to restore balance. Jesus. This is the spiritual rule breaker who heals through truth. The mask is not bad. We wear all kinds of masks. When I go to work, I put on a mask so that way my customers don't see that I actually just really don't like people. I love your dogs. I love your dogs a lot. In fact, your dogs are like my dogs, and they get treated as such when they're in the salon. I have to put on the mask of the manager, the mask of the dog groomer, the mask of mom, the mask of wife, which the wife mask has come down. I'm not playing that shit anymore. You don't want to act like a husband, and then I'm not going to act like a fucking wife. I digress. Okay, so this is the ego, the persona, the performance. In the scripture message this morning, the Pharisees were performing holiness while hiding corruption. You hypocrites. The shaman destroys the mask, and the mask resists the shaman. Alright, so these 2 cards together, 7, 7. Spiritual authority, spiritual authenticity. Break the rules that break your soul. Break the masks that limit, and I said belief, or I wrote down belief, but it actually is self. And break the systems that silence truth. I had a soapbox moment this week, and if you go onto my Facebook page, you'll see the soapbox moment where I had my sister-in-law shared something from TikTok that just absolutely pissed me off. There was this preacher. It's a black preacher, not that it matters, but he, I guess, was teaching a sermon, and a bunch of his parishioners got up and left during the sermon, and he started to get angry because they didn't believe with what he was teaching or whatever, and he started to call out tarot cards, psychics, crystals, sage, and he said, you're gonna have the tools of Satan sitting next to your Bible while you're reading your devotional, and you're burning sage while you're sending up prayers, and that's the devil. That's the devil. And she posted it, and she was like, this guy is all Bible and no bullshit. It's all blasphemy. It's all blasphemy. Dude, it made me so mad. And I was like, how can you sit there and listen to this man who's literally teaching you to be subservient to the system instead of yourself? Jesus literally taught you to follow your heart. The kingdom of heaven is within, and you are all God. And you're going to listen to this bullshit? This man is teaching Paul, not Christ. I was so mad. Alright, so you can go to my Facebook page, and you can actually look up, I did a whole ass post about it. I don't know if I put it in, no, I didn't put it in the group chat, but if you go to my Facebook, just look me up, Naomi Campbell. It was 2 days ago. I don't go into churches anymore because I will literally stand up in the middle of a sermon and call a preacher blasphemous. It's not their fault. Look, man, if church is what brings you peace, then go. But understand that they're not teaching you self-awareness, presence, mindfulness. They're not teaching what Jesus taught. They're teaching what Paul taught. And Paul ultimately was a machine for the Roman Empire. All right. So let's see. Real quick. Spirit, what do you want us to know about pulling off our masks? Okay, thank you. Just get a couple cards, and then I'll cut this off because we're at 23 minutes. This is the Muse. The Muse. What we have here looks like the Ace of Pentacles. It is. It's the Ace of Pentacles. New beginnings. New seeds being planted. And the Ace of Emotions. New heart-centered awareness. Six of Voices. Five of Emotions. Out of chaos comes order. The Muse of Voices. It's a mirror. It's the mirror. Three of Voices. Okay. There's a lot of voices out here on the table. Speak up. Speak up. Speak up, because we, the chosen, 144, are all carrying this frequency of awakening for other people. We're here to break the rules. The Five of Emotions says that we've been disparaged by not being able to speak our truth. But the Six of Voices, open your fucking mouth. Open your mouth and don't hold back. the Ace of Emotions. This is what's going to bring you your fulfillment. It's what's going to fill your cup. It's your stability. It's the Shaman and the Mask. It's making friends with your ego and your higher mind. The Three of Voices here, you know, like we normally see this card, it's heartbreak, but we break our own hearts. We break our own hearts by digging into shit that we should have never, that was none of our business. We break our own hearts by not speaking our truth. The Six of Inspiration is underneath the Ace of Materials. You're planting new seeds, and that's your victory. That's your success. That's your public recognition. People are going to see when you start becoming the rule breaker. And they're going to admire you for it. And that's true. Things will start changing. Things will start changing when not only are you speaking out loud how you feel, but you're taking action. You're taking action. You're putting action behind those thoughts. And you're putting thought into your action. I love you guys. 26:26 on the clock. I hope you have a great day, and I'll catch you on the next one. Later.